Hey folks, got another Bible review for you guys. This is an oldie but goodie. When comparing it's the ESV1, but it's an older. This is a 2005 printing. I'm not sure when it was bound, but the block's from 05. And when comparing it with the newer ESV1s, it's just not even really a fair fight. Now, granted, this Bible is more than 12 years old, and it has seen some wear. So you can kind of see how these ESV1s, at least the older ones, would weather. So you can see the cover. When you start seeing this waviness in the edge, it just shows the amount of turn and push and pull and stretch. So that's probably not a great sign of how well it's wearing, but it's holding together well. The fold over, I've already tested the fold over. The fold over's fine, and it appears to be holding up well. So this is you can see the spine has your has a little bit different rib size. You can see the English Standard Version on the spine and Allan on the bottom. Holy Bible up top. It just says on the inside, just says goatskin. I've heard from some people that this is Highland on the cover, and this must be a calf skin in the liner, but it doesn't feel like a Highland, so it might not be. It doesn't feel like the Highland NCR I have. It just doesn't feel the same. It's not as soft as that natural grain that the new ESVs from Ludlow are, but it's just a little different. So when you open it up, you can see that the end sheet is just your typical Allan end sheet, just a cardstock. You got some blank pages, and this is the top. And you can see where, I don't know if this is overspray from when they sprayed the art gilt, or if that came from just either the block got moist or whatever, got damp, and then it migrated. I don't know, but there's some pigment on some of these end sheets. Once you get into the book block, it goes away, but it just seems like it's on these end sheets. That's why it makes me feel like it's probably overspray, where they didn't have the end sheets covered up as well. So anyway, so when you get to this page, you can see it's a Collins. There's a HarperCollins block from 2005, and we'll check it out. See if I can get it to. You can see HarperCollins Publishing up top. All right, and the Anglicized edition. And you can see on the bottom, printed in Great Britain. And that's a 5 on the end, is 2005. So it kind of gives you an idea. It's the 2001 text, and printed on a HarperCollins block. So usually these are pretty good. I think the cover is much underwhelming compared to the newer ones, even though the new ones are not Highland. And the cover itself, bound by Ludlow. I'm not really sure who bound, if these are just bound by Allan themselves, because in the back it doesn't say anything. Normally it says Allan binding or by whomever, but in this edition, at least whenever they were produced in the mid 2000s, it was not included. So I don't know the history of it as well, but it's the same layout and size as the ESV1s, which is the new classic reference edition, which that's what this is. But it's just with the 01 text, which I love the font in these HarperCollins blocks. It's a little bit different than the modern font in the Crossway blocks. So anyway, so you can see the gilting the art gilding is really worn. The gold gilding is pretty beat up and worn, but it gives it a lot of character. Now, one thing to notice, it only has 2 ribbons, and the ribbons are mighty short. When you compare, if you get a chance to watch my other ESV1 videos, you'll notice that these ribbons on the newer ESV1s are twice as long, and you get 3 of them instead of 2. I'm sure that was a common complaint that Allan, I mean, it's simple to add another ribbon. That's not tough. So, I mean, these ribbons are nice, but they're short, and there's only 2. It's an easy, quick fix from Allan whenever they were improving. But I just kind of wanted to show what they were like at least 12 years ago. So, and really, there's just a good reading book. And the person I got this from, he traded it for some rebind work or some, I think, a liner change. You know, it wasn't a whole lot of money. He said, you know, it's worn out, and really, you know, when you see it, you won't be afraid to ride in it. You won't be afraid to put it in your backpack and carry it around. And he's right. With this one being so beat up, it's a whole lot easier for me to toss it in the car, you know, carry it with me, you know, instead of being worried about damaging the cover of the gilt or tearing a page or whatever else. So anyway, and you can notice that it's just a really nice layout. Of course, you have a concordance in the back that is just it's a good concordance. It's the New Classic Reference concordance. You have your lined paper in the back. At least nowadays it's 32 pages. I don't know if these editions had that many pages that were lined, but it's probably at least 15. I think the newer editions have got more lined paper. And then you've got a couple of white sheets, and then you got your cardstock end sheet. And then there's the back liner. And this back liner is a dark brown, and I want to say it's a calf skin, but it's nice. And then you have the back cover, this goat skin. But it's a really good edition. Like I was saying, it's perfect for just tossing around. It's a little bit smaller than the newer ESV ones as far as the thickness. It's not quite as thick as the newer ESV ones because the newer ones are on the 36 GSM paper. They're a little bit thicker. It's not even fair to compare them. I'm going to do a comparison video between this one and the newer ESV ones to show the improvements Allan's made. But anyway, that's just that's the 2005 HarperCollins block ESV1, and I want to say that's just a brown. Not exactly what the technical color of this leather is, but anyway, hopefully that was helpful. If you see an older one, just know that they're a little bit different than the newer ones, and you might want to beware before you purchase. If this is exactly what you want, it's a little thinner. It doesn't have as many ribbons. It has some art gilding issues, which I don't think are exactly from the wear. I think it came a little lighter colored. Where nowadays you see the Allans, it's a nice dark color, whatever it is. So anyway, that's the Allan ESV1, 12 years old, the 2005 with the HarperCollins block. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys that one. I've had it on my shelf for a little while and hadn't made a video of it, so I figured I would. So anyway, guys, don't forget about the giveaway for October, which is the NLT Reflections Bible, the single column journaling Bible from Tyndale. I'm giving away a black one with an elastic strap. So please be eligible. So be a subscriber. Be sure that you are commenting on that video and sharing and liking that video. So anyway, take care. God bless.